What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? Cool, Instagram's working. It's funny. It's like Facebook always has the issues lately. Kind of funny. Just fix that. Let me just fix that one right there. Probably gonna look a little blue. Just kind of messing with the camera settings. I was getting like some weird kind of green screen effect. Cool. Looks like it's working on Facebook. Press play. All right, we're live. Gonna try to get through this quick. Definitely don't want to be like 15 minutes. As close to 10 minutes as possible would be awesome. Gonna go over the rules here, even though most people probably miss it. I'm basically not gonna call on people unless they kind of comment. So just know that if you throw a comment in there, you're bound to get called on. But if you're just sitting in there, not gonna call people out, anything like that, feel free to be a fly on the wall. Appreciate you supporting. Don't want anyone uncomfortable. But like I said, if you throw that F in the chat, then I'll know you're there and want to be called out, and just always appreciate the support. So I'm currently at 399 followers, one away from the next cartwheel. Definitely. Oh, what's up, Richie Reed? So you commented, now you get the call out. But yeah, so almost near the 400. Gonna have to do a cartwheel, which will be interesting. Got a bit of a Charlie horse going, so that'll be fun. Gonna read the quote for the night, kind of the nightcap. So this is from Marcus Aurelius. He's got some great quotes. He actually has a great book called Meditations, I believe, by Marcus Aurelius. Check it out if you can. And this quote goes, while it is well to appreciate the future, one should not allow the fear of what may come to overshadow the joys of the present. Live in the moment, relish the blessings you have, and let gratitude be your guide, for life is a collection of precious nows. And I'll go into why I chose that quote. But I just want to say before I get going, I'm thankful for all the suggestions everyone's given. Yeah, it was something I consider myself, but wasn't necessarily in a rush to do. But, just want to keep everyone 100% interested, able to choose kind of what they want to watch and not necessarily forced to watch any of my content, my real estate stuff. Really just want to stop the triple posting. Yeah, so going into the quote, like I've just been on such a high lately, feeling positive, feeling happy. Even like fulfilled, a couple things might be missing or not quite working the way I want them to, but I see how to obtain those things. I'm going to keep working on that to get where I want to be. Sometimes what I find though is like when things are going good, you start to look to like, oh, are things going to start to be bad soon? And that's like in itself not the best way to live. Like you don't want to be afraid of the hammer coming down and stuff like that. So be it. If it happens, it's going to happen, right? You can't really control it or stop it. But I just think just living on the high, not letting the thought of like, oh, what could come and what bad could come from it, kind of bring me down. So that's cool. Just want to mention here, check out Shane D Comedy at Shane D Comedy. I actually made a Facebook as well. So you can basically find me across all of the, social medias, but if you want to see the after hour show, that's where I get a little more raunchy, take the stuff kind of beyond just Facebook. And it's not really always that raunchy. It's just like stuff that I don't necessarily want to share on Facebook. I'll be honest, tonight kind of isn't much there, but I do want to start having a regular kind of after hours thing. It's pretty weird. I'm getting like a little computer glitching in the background. I don't know what that is necessarily. I don't know if it's the pictures or what. Gonna live with it for now. If I have to change it, I might, but could just be the computer itself. Anyways, yeah, I need to come up with a name. Max the other day was helpful and was like, yeah, we need to think of something catchier. Anyone who has a better name for the after hours, kind of the Shane D Comedy special, like daily vlog, some sort of spin on vlog, being raw, uncut. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to go too much into it on Facebook because it is kind of raunchy and the name could be kind of a little bit raunchy on that. So anyways, here's my new format. I'm no longer posting quotes or like the to-do list on my personal page. I'm actually putting that on Mondayvert to give some content there. Also, I think it fits well with the themes and just kind of the mission of Mondayvert of like spreading positivity and stuff like that. So between my quotes and then maybe more of those stories that are more like motivational, going to put that on Mondayvert and keep my personal a little bit less like that. And really just the goal is ultimately to not be repetitive, not be posting the same things across all the pages. It's a little difficult. I'm not going to lie. I was being lazy and just kind of like throwing them across all, trying to build up followers. But it totally makes sense that like people don't want to see 3 of the same things. I totally get that. Funny enough, I now have 5 pages. So jokes on you guys, I guess, but no, just messing. In all reality, you get to choose now, like, which parts you'll get to see. I'm going to try not to ever double post or anything like that. Really keep the content separate to not be overbearing. Okay, we're at 4 minutes, so I want to keep moving forward. Just going to talk about some of the new stuff. So on my personal, you'll see my vlog and maybe a couple other day-to-day things that I'm doing in the day. It's going to be less than 3 posts. I don't want to really go over 3 posts because that's just too much. I even think like 1 to 2 is good with like 1 video and 1 quote. You might see some stories cross-posting, and I might like put the quotes on my story, at least to start with, just because I'm a little unfamiliar. I do find myself almost constantly going back to going back to like posting more than one. I open up my Twitter and I'm like basically reposting. I'm like, I can't do that. So again, important thing is between like Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, I'm trying to have like consistency in how I post, and on each account, like kind of keeping the content the same, the same brand or the same ideas. I definitely will, like, between YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, they might have the same posts on the different accounts. That's just like how it goes, but I won't have like it on all of the accounts like I've been doing. Hence the triple posting. So going to next, Mondayvert, you're going to see motivational quotes. You're going to see my to-do list. You'll eventually see some promotional stuff because I do have like a lawn care company that's going to be kicking off in the next month. You might see stuff for the comedy event that I'm throwing. You might see that a little bit on the personal page, but that should really be almost on my Shane D comedy page. So what else you'll see on Shane D comedy would be things like that. My after hour vlog. Richard, I do like a nightcap with Shane Diesel. That's not bad, although Shane Diesel kind of reminds me of like that porn star. But maybe that's raunchy enough. Who knows? On top of the after hours vlog and kind of promoting the comedy events, you'll probably see some skits and some material over time. I do plan on writing a little bit more and having like stories, funny stories. So that'll be interesting in the future. Shane D Real Estate's going to be very much real estate focused. So where you'll see a lot more of my like open house postings, marketing. I'm not going to lie, some of my personal will show some real estate stuff. But that's just because I don't quite have the reach I want yet on my business pages. But I'm going to be trying to funnel people there. Ultimately, I want to get most of my business through the real estate page. But understanding that personal, especially on Facebook, is probably going to have some real estate stuff. So in general, I want my Facebook to be really clean, PG-13. I don't want to deter people. I'm doing sort of like marketing and Facebook, answering questions. It's not that I want to like be less than transparent. It's just, you got to know your audience and, I'm as real as it gets. Happy for anyone who wants to join Instagram, but I don't want to be like having this stuff kind of on a public platform like Facebook and offending people or maybe making myself look dumb. The last one is Amenia Moore, which not many people have heard about because that account I haven't really made much of. It's actually another subsidiary of Mondayvert. So Mondayvert, think of it like the umbrella, kind of the main parent company. And then Amenia Moore is actually... Swahili Amini means like think or believe, and then amor is love in like Portuguese, and like amore is Italian. But so it's kind of just like believe in love, right? Like it's just like spreading love globally. I thought the name sounds kind of cool. It's an alliteration. I even have actually a domain like aminiamore.com. I think it just routes you right now to like my Mondayvert site. So it's not too different, but it's just a different little name. It's essentially a publishing company. So like when I write things, when I do poetry, stories, plays, acting, stuff like that, films, it's going to go through there. So there's not a whole lot yet. And Mondayvert might feel very similar to it. So just trying to like really navigate how I want to post to that versus Mondayvert. Not going to double post by any means. But yeah, so that's kind of a journey. As I mentioned, just bear with me. Like I'm still learning how I want to do it, how it's going to work out. I'm all for suggestions. Something doesn't work, I'm happy to replicate, go back a little bit. But I think moving forward, this makes the most sense because I know I'm even annoyed with like, I'm posting the same thing 3 times. I'm sure you guys are too. So anyways, that's kind of the new rebranding, the new format. So definitely follow all of them or anyone that interests you. If you're not in the real estate stuff, that's fine. You might get a little bit of on my personal. If you want the comedy and just the comedy, go to the comedy page. If you're looking for like positive quotes and positivity, that's Mondayvert. It's going to have that for you. If you're looking for, just when my stories start coming out and you get original works by me, original art and stuff like that, definitely check out Amenia Moore. Would really appreciate it. I'd love all the follows I can get. I know I've come up as desperate, mostly just like joking, but like I just joined the game late on social media. That's why I'm like my most profiles like 398, which is just sad. Um, do I have any experience raising capital? So like I've seen how it's done, Max, and like I would know enough about kind of behind the scenes if we want to have a conversation, but nothing crazy. Like it's mostly just a networking game, right? Like so I definitely know about things like bridge loans. I'm more on the side of like lenders. I'd be better at in terms of like angel investors and stuff like that. Not really my world, but you know we do have friends, kind of like Florent, which is like Hastry's company. Did some rounds there. My brother-in-law is wealth management, so I can certainly point you in that direction as well if it's something you want to know about. I just like when you start having funding, then you start having like some level of shareholders, a board, and stuff like that. Down the road, for sure. I'd love to do an REIT, is something I'm interested in, which is a real estate investment trust. So, I mean, I was joking today. If I could clone myself, I feel like I'd be so far ahead, which is ultimately why I made the choice to stop drinking. Is just like I can't waste days when I have all these thoughts and ideas. I know we've been saying it, Max. Let's definitely get on the calendar at some point. You know, you don't have to say it here, but I'll probably reach out to you. It'd be great to set up a little call. Nothing too formal, but always good to kind of rub some sticks together and see what we can get, what fire we can get burning there. But it's funny on my innuendo. Yeah, I know I definitely will, Max. I'll get something on the calendar. I'm pretty open book. I know you're probably pretty busy with running your company and stuff like that. So whatever works for you, we can get on a call and figure it out. Yeah. So like I said, I might cross post a little bit. Not trying to do too much. I know I'm at 11 minutes here. I do have all consistent across my usernames, and then I said I want to be responsible for not tarnishing my brand. I want to reassure everyone that I know I kind of breached some trust with some people. They were like newer friends, and I think like I kind of like dogged them a little bit. I don't want to like put anyone in an uncomfortable position, mention anyone in a weird way. So going forward, like I'm not going to mention stories of anyone that I'm friendly with that I actually know on a personal level, unless they give me permission. So that's something that like shame on me for doing. Puts you just in awkward situations. And so definitely want to be responsible for that. Want to make sure I'm not like airing anyone's dirty laundry. Ultimately, someone that I like or really trust, like reached out to me and was like, hey, like just be careful of that. Like you might have people start avoiding you, not wanting to tell you things. And I never want that, right? Like I'm good at keeping secrets when needed. I kind of crossed the line there. Maybe one place I will cross the line in the future is if it's a complete stranger. I'm gonna tell the story because like I'm just such a big mouth, like in terms of like oh this just happened to me or whatever. But I do understand when it's time to keep things quiet. I see where I maybe stepped a little too far, and I want to just apologize to anyone involved that was maybe offended or hurt by me just having a big mouth there. I do want to assure everyone that like I've held secrets for people about like people with like self-harm thoughts, sexual abuse in their past, um, drug abuse. I've had all sorts of things. Even saying that, I feel like I'm breaching their trust, but like I'm not naming any people. Like it's been countless people, honestly. So a lot of things there. As you can see, I'm kind of an open book myself. So I don't really hold secrets, but I understand that some people don't want things out there, and I totally get that. I'm sure there's things I can't even think of right now that I'm not necessarily privy to say. I do want to kind of wrap things up. I said I'd keep it short and sweet, and here I am approaching 15 minutes. I am going to be on Shane D comedy after this. I got a few things to talk about. It's kind of quick today, but I will try to be a little bit better in the future. But yeah, I'd love to engage more, and I kind of failed a little bit here. But yeah, like how was your guys' day? I know we're kind of closing it out, so maybe I should start with that so people can put it out there. Thoughts on the Super Bowl? I really felt bad for Purdy. Wish they did it. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as they didn't score the touchdown, I kind of knew Kansas City was gonna do it. I actually called out the rule. It's funny. Some of them are saying they didn't know about the rule change. But it is like that's the rule now. In playoffs, once one team scores, the other team gets a chance to score as well, as long as they haven't had possession yet. I think it actually leads to a new strategy that hasn't really happened a lot, where you will actually want to kick the ball, because sometimes if you're a defensive team, you have a chance of getting an interception, getting a fumble. I just think so much can go wrong on the offense that you're almost better off as a defense putting them in that position. So definitely feel free to post if you're watching this later, like thoughts on the Super Bowl. I'll get back to you. I always read the comments, try to at least, give my 2 cents there. And yeah, stay tuned overall for a better experience. I'm taking a lot of feedback from people. Any other feedback, I'm always down to take it. Um, yeah, and I look forward to getting better over time. Not perfect yet, but I will get better. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys kind of jumping in. Richard says you get the extra down to work with if you go second. Extra down. I'm not sure if I fully understand that. You might have to expand. But the only thing you'd have to worry about is if time runs out. Anyways, speaking of time running out, I'm just under 15 minutes. Definitely want to end it. Check me out on @ShaneD Comedy. We're going to go kind of after hours, call it the Shane Diesel Nightcap, whatever you want to call it. High on life, I don't know. I'll see you guys there. Boo, boo, boo. All right, peace out.